Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on a slightly different start to morning markets today. You'll see us today at True Potential. Run Gregg Run, one of the senior partners here at True Potential, has been running over the course of 2021 from Land's End to John O'Groats, some 1,083 miles or 90 miles approximately a month that Greg has been running, raising cash for kids, a very important charity at this time of year. Very close to finishing. He's finishing just in the car park outside in the next hour or so. So we're all going out to clap Greg home after some tremendous achievement, raising close to £7,000 for Cash for Kids, which True Potential will be matching as well. So a great sum of money being raised for Cash for Kids. Turning then to markets, what did we see yesterday in terms of asset market performance? Very much about the ongoing themes that we've been discussing over recent weeks: Omicron, inflation, the activity of central banks and how that is being received by markets. Just in the UK yesterday, to start there, we had from the International Monetary Fund their report on the UK economy. And really, I think quite interestingly, they're urging the Bank of England not to sort of fall into an inaction bias. So I think really saying there that the UK economy is strong, we've seen that through the employment reports, etc. But also that there is maybe a need, given the inflation backdrop, to start to move on the quantitative easing programme or maybe also on interest rates. And I'll just come on and touch on inflation in a moment as well, because it's quite a pertinent topic today in a number of markets. So turning to the UK and looking at the UK inflation reading we have for the Office for National Statistics this morning, you can see here that we've seen inflation, if we look at just the blue line, coming in at 5.1% for the month of November. That's, as it says here, the highest since September 2008. But also it's really important to note that that's higher than the market had been expecting, but also higher than the Bank of England had been suggesting the inflation rate would get to. When we look at the Bank of England's reports, it's really they were thinking about inflation going above 5% come sort of spring of 2022. So this certainly sets us up for a very interesting Monetary Policy Committee meeting tomorrow, where we could, I think, argue that there is evidence that would suggest that the Bank of England should be moving on maybe reducing the quantitative easing programme or even moving on interest rates. I think that would have definitely been the case had we not had Omicron in the background, and I think that has put a different slant onto activity and also how the Bank of England will think about things. So we'll get a decision there tomorrow afternoon, and we'll certainly come back and report on that. The other area just to look into this is what has been driving the inflation rate. And we can see here the two bars out to the right-hand side, really. Transport, so think about petrol costs. We all know they've increased materially over the past 12 months. But also looking at clothing and footwear, where that has been a key driver. Cast our minds back 12 months ago, we weren't really buying the same volume of clothes given we were heading into a lockdown. So it's natural to see some of those price pressures coming through. Some of them will be temporary, some of them more permanent. The key thing here is that we can see a large step up in prices across a large number of categories. The other area on prices, just to very briefly mention, is the US, again ahead of the FOMC meeting this evening. And we saw factory gate prices really increase quite significantly in the US, so producer prices up 9.6% year on year. Taking that together with the CPI number that we discussed from last week does again set us up for another fascinating press conference and communications this evening from the Federal Reserve in terms of the direction of monetary policy in the US. Expectation being that they will see a step back in the quantitative easing programme. I'll leave it there for today. We're going outside now to clap Greg home and congratulate him on the tremendous achievement for Cash for Kids. Many thanks.
Subscribing to the True Potential YouTube channel is quick and easy. Simply go to the channel on your desktop or through the YouTube app on your phone and click the subscribe button. You can then press the notification bell symbol if you wish to be notified as and when new videos are released. Doing this is a great way to keep yourself updated with market developments and personal finance insights. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed, and we look forward to continuing to help you do more with your money.